Okay, so let's get the terms with the variables by themselves on the left side. Let's add 3 to both sides. So now I have 4x squared plus 4x equals 3. Now, when I'm doing completing the square, I don't want a numerical coefficient ahead of the squared term. I want that coefficient to be 1. I just want x squared. So to accomplish that, I'm going to divide both sides of the equation by 4. So now I have x squared plus x equals, and let me move that equals sign over, plus x equals 3/4. Now let's use that box and figure out what we need to add to both sides of the equation to get our perfect square. So we have x squared here, and we need to break our x in half. So we have 1/2 x here and 1/2 x right there. So we have x and x, 1/2 and 1/2. And then what we need to add to both sides is 1/4, 1/2 times 1/2. So we're going to add plus 1/2 here and plus 1/2 here. So now let's go ahead and write the left side of the equation in its factored form. We have x plus 1/2 squared, and that equals, and then 3/4 plus 1/2. Well, let's see. If we take the 1/2 and divide it top and, or multiply it top and bottom by 2, then we're going to get 2/4. So let's see here. 3/4 plus 2/4 will give us 5/4. So that equals 5/4. Okay, so now we will take the square root of both sides. Again, we need to remember it's plus or minus on the right side of the equation here, side without the variables. Okay, so now we have x plus 1/2 on this side. And on this side, we have plus or minus the square root of 5/4. Ooh, okay. So, let's see, we can simplify this a little bit. So x equals 1/2. Sorry, x plus 1/2 equals plus or minus 4 is a perfect square. So we have the square root of 5/2. And my minus went away on me. Let me fix that. So now we can break this into two equations. On this side, we have x plus 1/2 equals the square root of 5/2. And over on this side, x plus 1/2 equals the negative square root of 5/2. Okay. And then we subtract 1/2 from both sides. And that'll give me x equals the square root of 5 over 2 minus 1/2. And over on this side, again, I'm going to subtract 1/2 from both sides. Fraction bar, okay. And so that'll give me x equals, I'll write it in the same order, the negative square root of 5 over 2 minus 1/2. Okay. Now, like before, we can write this. We can write the two of them out separately, x equals, and then write the square root of 5 over 2 minus 1/2, comma, the negative square root of 5 over 2 minus 1/2. But there's a simpler way to write it. X equals, and as it's this leading term that is positive one time, negative another time, I'm going to put it in the back. So I'm going to put negative 1/2 first, and then I'm going to put plus or minus the square root of 5 over 2.